Hello children, good evening, Assalamu alaikum, Wanakam and I want all of you. So once again we are meeting with another paper class series this time. We continued the paper class series last year, online and physical. And this time we have separated it. Physical classes are going separately morning hours and online classes are allocated for the children who are from very distant learners who want to join the classes online. And this paper class series, I had to specifically say, y'all, this will continue for like 10 continuous days from May 1st onwards. And today's class is a demonstration class. So before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Afrath Nawaz, completed my high national diploma in civil engineering. And currently I'm reading my diploma for counseling and psychology. So probably I will be continuing the field of counseling and psychology parallel with classes. So my classes journey, I started back in 2015, last, probably later part of 2015. And this has been continuing from then onwards. The class, when you consider why I choose tuition, because tuition seems to be my field again. So some of you would know me already, and there are new participants who are here without knowing me as well. So I have enabled focus mode. You won't be able to see any participant because you're going to focus onto the lesson only, not the profile pictures of your friends or anyone. So it's going to be a focus-oriented classroom where you're going to continuously focus on to the class and you're going to take notes of whatever the things you need. So May 29th, with hustles and bustles now, the time is finally fixed to be May 29th. So some of you would be feeling that questions in mind. Am I ready for my science exam? Or is the preparation enough to face the examination? Or you might even think sometimes, is learning science extremely difficult? Sometimes your marks last term would have been still in 60s, 50s, 40s. Worry not. This 10 paper classes, if you can properly take advantage of, this will definitely help you to raise your performance. Last time we had around 65 to 80 participants and around 32 A's were there. So this time again we are launching the class. So hopefully this will elevate your results and again your hard work is needed. So last 10 days, so first 10 days the class begin. In case of need, we can increase the classes later on. First we'll do it for 10 days from May 1st. Today's class is for those who needed the demonstration, who wanted to see who is teaching at the class and how the class is done. So without further delay, we'll start the class. So again, I want to say, y'all, make sure you have a textbook in hand, textbook in the sense, a notebook in hand. Better to have a CR. Because you're going to write a lot, draw a lot, mark things needed for the exams. So the other things, in the class, we also going to do it. You can ask your questions. I'm checking out my laptop. So the people who have doubts, you can send your doubts. So I'll be able to reply your doubts from here, from my side. So if you've got any doubts, definitely just have to buzz me. Just send a message. So I have this doubt. I did not understand. Can you further explain? So I did not enable the microphone for now because still we'll enable microphone for upcoming classes for last half an hour. So where you can ask your doubts and clarify. So probably I guess I can deliver something better. If you really like the class, you can continue. Otherwise, you can take advantage of today's class. That's not at all an issue. So if you really want to continue, you can send a message to the academy. So don't personally give me a message because this time the class is managed by an academy. So they will be responsible for the payment and giving usernames, adding you to the broadcast list, the people who have completed payments. So we'll talk about payments later. So we'll start the class. So first one, about paper class, you know the science paper structure. You have module paper in hand right here. So we're going to talk a lot about the paper, not only the questions in the paper we are going to discuss. We are going to talk in advance. We are going to talk ahead about the lessons. So we'll start now. We'll go for the question number one without further delay because boasting about the class is again not going to be useful. If you just check out if it's good for you. If it's good for you, you can continue. If it's not up to your taste, you can definitely leave. No issues. So first question. Of the main biomolecules in living matter, which of those are considered to be having the element nitrogen? So once you will first classify the biomolecules. You know, when you consider biomolecules, we have major three types of biomolecules. Carbohydrates. Just recall with me. If you want, you can write notes. So write notes while doing the class. So at the end of 10 paper classes, you'll have a proper science note, which will help you to study the day prior to the exams. Make sure you mark notes. Okay, great. Biomolecules in living matter. So biomolecules, if you consider, can I just ask her whether the audio is clear, children? Can I just type yes, 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 yes? So in case if the audio is clear, we can go ahead. Can you please type, children? Okay, great. Thank you. So at the end of class, leave a comment. How was the class? So that's fine. We'll start now. You know, biomolecules, children, we have major three biomolecules: carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and also you have nucleic acids. When you consider carbohydrate, you know, carbohydrates is a long chapter. We'll discuss more in other class as well. Carbohydrate, you have monosaccharides, disaccharides, and also we have polysaccharides. When you consider carbohydrate, you have monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. When you consider monosaccharides, they are simple sugars. They're simple sugars. Disaccharides have 2 units of carbohydrate together. And polysaccharides are long chain-like structures, something like this. They have cross chains, they have side chains. Polysaccharides, one of the major points is, children, they don't dissolve in water. Remember, polysaccharides, they don't dissolve in water. You can put a watermark and cut it off. They don't dissolve in water. When you consider monosaccharides and disaccharides, they are soluble. Monosaccharides and disaccharides are soluble. Monosaccharide, the best example, you know, it's glucose, children. Monosaccharide, glucose. C6H12O6. Glucose is soluble in water. Hope you see the board, right? Is it clear? Okay, cool, comfortable. Disaccharides, very simple example is, children, sucrose. The sugar that we consume, that is sucrose, and it is a disaccharide. Both are soluble. This is not a soluble sugar, so it's a polysaccharide. So that's about carbohydrate. Carbohydrate contain CHO. There are few major exam points to mark, children. One of the major exam points to mark in carbohydrate is listen and write. Okay, don't look at the board and wait. Instead, listen and write. Once we consider carbohydrate, they contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. The major thing, you know, glucose, children, you have learned in photosynthesis. We'll discuss more. Sucrose, disaccharide, 2 units are there. Polysaccharide, there are side chains and cross chains. Mark whatever things needed, okay? Now, when you consider glucose, glucose is the form in which the plant food is produced. Glucose, form in which plant food is produced. That is about glucose. Form in which plant food is produced. In photosynthesis, it produces glucose. When you consider the plant leaves, this photosynthesis, they produce the plant glucose. Once glucose is produced, this glucose is traveling through, because the food produced is not to keep in leaves. It should be distributed to other places. This food is distributed in the form of sucrose. Food is distributed in the form of sucrose. Once the food is distributed in form of sucrose, children, produced in form of glucose, distributed in the form of sucrose. Once it is distributed, so this is the form in which the food is translocated. So this is the form in which food is translocated. Mark it here, translocated. This is produced, this is translocated, and at last the food produce is storing in fruits, leaves, roots, stems. So storing as a polysaccharide. What is the form in which the plant food is stored, children? Anyone? The form in which the plant food is stored? Yes, very good. Starch. Stores as starch. So produced as glucose, translocated as sucrose, stored as starch. This is an exam point. Remember, these things are needed. Stored as starch. Produced, translocated, stored. Make a note. Now, children, the next part. So produced as glucose, translocated as sucrose, stored as starch. Now, this is about carbohydrate, a very simple note. When you consider, children, polysaccharide, there's again important part. When you consider polysaccharide, the list of polysaccharide, for example, cellulose is a component of plant cell wall. Right there, cellulose is a polysaccharide, component of plant cell wall. Component of plant cell wall. Component of plant cell wall. And the other thing is about the cellulose and starch is already written. Remember these two first. Starch is the form in which the plant food is stored, and cellulose is a component of plant cell wall. So these are key points. Now the question asks about something related to nitrogen. This time for the all of us, we are expecting the nitrogen cycle. So mark it somewhere. Nitrogen cycle is an expected area. Now look carefully. One important exam note. Glucose, sucrose, starch, produced, translocated, and stored. Now we are moving for the question. Once you consider containing nitrogen, you know proteins contain nitrogen. Plants, they keep the nitrogen from the soil absorbed. Because you know nitrogen cycle, nitrogen is fixed to the soil. Once nitrogen is fixed to the soil, nitrogen is absorbed by plants. And they keep it. So in plants, they act as plant protein. Remember, exam they can ask you. In which form the plant will contain nitrogen? Plant has nitrogen in the form of protein. So proteins contain nitrogen. You know the structure of amino acids. See double OH. You have NH2 amino group, a hydrogen, and here you have an R. So there's nitrogen. And the other thing is nucleic acid. They also have nitrogen. They also have nitrogen. So the answer is, children, answer number 3. Question number 2. What is the electronic configuration of aluminium? Now here, children, this is about simple question. Electronic configuration is a very simple question. You know, aluminium, they have said that aluminium 1327. We'll quickly discuss the ideas. Aluminium 1327 in the sense. Here we have the atomic number and here we have the mass number. This is atomic number and this is mass number. Atomic number means number of protons. Atomic number is number of protons. Great thing. Mass number is children proton plus neutrons. Mass number is proton plus neutrons. Now, when you consider the proton count, you know, normally the proton count and electron count are equal to each other. But we don't say they are, although they are equal, we don't define the atomic number as number of electrons. Remember, these two are equal. proton count is equal to the electron count. But remember, we don't send the atomic number as number of electrons. Reason, electrons can be added to. For example, let's say aluminium now it has 13 electrons. So it will be aluminium. First orbital you have 2. Second orbital you have 8. And third orbital you have 3. This is aluminium. 283. These 3 electrons can be released. They can get removed from. So if electrons can be released from here, number of electrons can change. So electron count can increase, electron count can decrease. So we say atomic number as number of protons. Now look carefully. Electronic configuration is the arrangement of electrons. Aluminium 13 in the sense, you might know this, 2, 8, 3. First orbital 2, second orbital 8, and third orbital 3. These 3 electrons, if it is removed, children, it will form aluminium 3 plus. 1 electron removed, 1 plus. 2 electrons are removed, mean 2 plus. 3 electrons are removed, mean is 3 plus. Aluminium 3 plus will be without these electrons. It is 2, 8. So these 3 electrons are released. So in the exam, sometime they might ask you the configuration of aluminium 3 plus. So it is 2, 8. These 3 electrons are released. In case if you have sulfur 2 minus, give a try for this children. First try to write for sulfur. Give a try. Okay, look here. When you consider sulfur minus 2 children, first you have to start from sulfur's configuration. Sulfur is 2, 8, 6. Atomic number 16. Minus 2 means 2 electrons are taken. So it will become what? 2, 8, 8. 2 added further. So sulfur minus 2's configuration is 288. Okay, the answer for this question is first answer. Third one. It's regarding mirrors. If you got any doubts, students, make sure you message the admin account, not the host. Message the admin account. So I'll be checking out from the other side. Okay, good. Now look carefully. The next one. The image of formed in a convex mirror is. We'll quickly discuss what is regarding lens and mirrors. Now, when you consider lens and mirrors, children, we have convex lens. You quickly recall the idea, okay? Concave lens. We have convex lens and concave lens. You know, convex lens. Remember this term again. Convex lens. Converge light. What do you mean by the word converge? Converge means if the light rays are coming in parallel, they are coming this way. The light rays are made to collect in one point. That is converging, collecting to a point. So convex lens converge. Concave lens, they are diverging. They never have the light rays to meet. The light rays are coming in the home. Let me meet this time. But once they meet the concave lens, no more meeting is possible. They're just going apart. Something that is making them go apart from each other. Never going to make them meet in life. So convex lens, they are helping. Once the light rays come, convex lens, they just converge it. Make it collected to a point. Concave lens, they are doing something that they're diverging the light rays. Go apart. You are not going to go. So these light rays are diverted from each other. Diverging. This is about convex lens and concave lens. Just get the concept. Okay, mark it somewhere. Now, the important thing. Convex lens is the hand lens. The hand lens is the convex lens. What is the use of convex lens, children? Hand lens, we are used to magnify the size of image. Then convex lens, in one situation, it magnifies the size of image. Concave lens, remember always, children, the function is dVu. This is all you have to remember. Concave lens, remember the three letters, dVu, diminished virtual upright. Concave lens always form diminished virtual upright images. dVu. Remember this as a note. Somewhere it might need it. They might ask, what is the type of image formed in concave lens? This diminished virtual upright. Diminished means the size is reduced. Virtual means you can't take it to a board. Now let's say, now when my hand is there, the image is formed in board. You can see the image behind. That means a real image. If the image can be taken to a board, see, once you keep the marker here, now the image is shown in the board. That means they are real images. Real images can be taken to the screen. But remember, virtual images, you can only look through the lens. You can't look at the, you can't take it to a screen. You can't take it to a screen. So, remember concave lens, dVu. Diminished virtual upright. MCQ, you know. Remember the other point. Okay, now I'll come to the major part. Now look carefully. Convex lens and concave mirror. Now some people do not know how to identify these two mirrors. Even I had that doubt. How to remember which is convex and which is concave. This is very big doubt in the exam. You know, when you go there, you get this. Which is convex, which is concave. This doubt is there. I used to remember these two. This is convex lens. This is concave mirror. Remember those two first. That is the easier way to remember. Now look, convex, you know, the idea is converge. Convex is converging. Remember this way, convex, converge. Convex, converge. Concave then, diverging. Making them not to meet again, diverging. Diverted. They're converging. Collected to a point. Now look, imagine children, you are throwing a ball. If you hit a mirror, it will anyway collapse the mirror. But let's think this as a ball, children, a circular ball. Now let's say the bat is here. This ball go here, hits. Where will the ball turn now? Think this ball goes over. Go to this point. The bat is somewhere like this. It will hit down. If you throw a ball from here, children, it will go to this point. The bat is here. Imagine this as a ball now. Okay. Don't think as a mirror. If you think it as a mirror, mirror will collapse. Now the ball is here. The bat is here. The ball will bounce like this way. Now what is happening to the light ray, children? They are collected. Collected means they are converging. Converging lens is convex. Mirror is, children, concave. Some teachers used to teach this very hard. The optics is something like a taboo chapter. One of the hardest chapters in children assume. But really it's not. It's a very simple chapter. Convex lens converge. Concave mirror converge. Now see, if you draw and see it's converging, think with lens. Convex lens converge. In mirror, then it is opposite. Concave mirror converge. Now here, parallel lights. Now the battery is here. There the ball bounce now. It will bounce up. The ball is coming from here. The battery is directed downwards. See, the ball is directing downwards. It will bounce down. So now look at the light. They are diverging. Go apart. They are center part. So diverging lens is concave. Then mirror is convex. Again, remember DVU, diminished virtual uprights. About these two, you have exam questions. We are discussing SAP. Regarding this, we are expecting exam questions for the whole this time. These two ray diagrams, or one of these ray diagrams, we are expecting this time. So we'll discuss in paper class series. So this idea is given for us. Now just make sure you mark it. Some model questions are there. For example, this time we are expecting, because you know, from 2016 to 22 now, there's been a very long years. So we have faced all this. Now most of the chapters, the questions have come. There are chapters where still further questions can be developed. So we'll discuss them in detail in essay paper. We'll discuss one today. And this idea, remember children, convex lens and concave mirror, they do the same function. They do the same function. Then concave lens and convex mirror, they do the same function. Now, you know children, hand lens I said. Which one has an example? I said the hand lens. Convex lens or concave lens? Hand lens. Hand lens I said an example for convex lens. The one which is zoom the things. You see, let's say you have a cut here, you want to see. So what we're using the convex lens. Then it is magnifying the image. One use only, okay? Only one use. There are a lot of ray diagrams. This is the way to think for exams. Convex lens is magnifying. In mirrors, there's a magnifying mirror. For example, shaving mirrors. If you take a shaving mirror, not the normal plain mirror. Let's say your parents or your father or any one of you, you're shaving with a plain mirror. Don't think plain mirrors are different. Plain mirrors are what you have at home, normal mirrors. I'm talking about shaving mirrors. Once you shave, you have to have a magnified size of your face. Then you can have these fine cuts. So magnifying means convex lens in mirror, this concave mirror. Same function. Lens and concave mirror, they're doing same. The mirror is exam, it can be an exam question. Probably you're expecting it for the ray diagrams. The mirror used by a dentist. Dentist is observing the teeth, he or she. When they observe the teeth, your teeth size is normally small. Once you open the teeth and just check out whether there's any decay or anything, they have to magnify and see the teeth. They are using a mirror now. They keep a mirror inside, the small one, they keep inside and they check out and feel it. So this mirror, children, now think whether it's concave or convex. Lens means convex lens, hand lens. Mirror means then it is concave mirror. There you go. That is concave mirror. Hope you got. Is the idea clear, children? Any doubts? You can ask. Make it fast. Type, children. Mark the notes, whatever the needed part. This is hand lens. Here, dentist is using this one. Shaving mirrors are this one. What about the vehicle side mirror? Vehicle side mirror. Do you see the image larger? Let's say a big bus is coming behind. Do you see the same size of the bus in the mirrors, side mirrors of vehicles? No, we see them as small, diminished size small. Virtual, you can't take it to a screen. You can only see through the mirror. You can't hold a small cloth in front and take it to the screen. And also diminished virtual upright. If the car is coming this way, you won't see the car upside down. It's seen directly upright. So diminished virtual upright. Diminished virtual upright. Convex mirror. For the exam, I used to remember only this one. Only this one. That is enough to build the entire idea. See? Convex lens, hand lens. Convex lens, converging. Converging means collecting. Then the other one is diverging. You don't remember that. That is diverging. This one you can draw the ray diagram and check if you forget in the exam. Throw a ball and see. It is going inside, it's collected means converging. Converging lens is convex, mirror is concave. Hand lens, example, shaving mirrors and dentist, the mirror used by the dentist. Very simple examples. Go. This is example. Now we'll go for the question. The image of an object formed in front of convex mirror is always convex mirror, not convex lens. Convex mirror means DVU, diminished virtual upright. So write all three fields. So the answer is diminished, reduced. Answer number 2. Question number 4. The cause for the gastritis is, gastritis has been now a big issue currently in Sri Lanka. One reason, the extreme diet. The less amount of water you consume, that can increase the concentration of acidity in the stomach. So that causes gastritis. So gastritis is children because of the acidity in the stomach. The walls secrete the gastric juice. Let's say you don't eat on time. Then the wall is starting to be digested. Because of this, you get the gastritis. Then effect of having increased acidity. What is the solution? I mean, medical solution, let's say, what do they give? Since it is because of an acid, what do you drink? Type your answer and see whether you know the answers. Anyone? What is the medicine given for gastritis? I mean, acidic effect, there should be a base consumed. No one? If the disease is due to acidity, children, the medicine is something basic. For that purpose, you can't go and drink soap. Soap is basic, but you can't drink soap. There is an antacid called magnesium hydroxide, milk of magnesia. Mark it down. Milk of magnesia is a basic component, a mild basic substance to treat acidity. We call it as an antacid. It is an antacid. Mark whatever things needed, children. It's an antacid. They can ask in exams. So now, a cause for gastritis could be not taking meals on time. That is a reason for gastritis. So that is the answer. Low fiber content in food and deterring the need of defecation is constipation. So if you have doubts, just type your doubts. So deterring the need of defecation and low fiber content in food, that is causing constipation. You won't be able to pass your fecal matter. You may go to toilet and you may have to spend hours in toilets. So you won't be able to pass the fecal matter properly. That causes constipation. So that is because of low fiber content. If you eat fibers, it will push the fecal matter and go out. If you don't eat, it will be residing inside. So that is because of constipation. So not drinking excessive water is not at all it's not considered as a disease condition. It's just given to confuse you all. So the answer is not taking meals on time and increased acidity consumption. Let's say you consume something extremely hot. So then you also get the gastric effect. Question number 5. Which of the following gives the molecular formula of ethane, ethene, and propane? To discuss this, children, I'll give a quick recap. Carbon containing compounds. Here, they are giving you ethane, ethene, and the next one is propane. Remember, children, there's a list. Carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5, carbon 6, carbon 7, carbon 8. This is enough. Even carbon 9 and 10 is also there. The simple meth, eth, prop, bute, pent, hex, hept, oct, and meth 1 carbon, eth 2 carbon. So here's eth. That means there should be C2. Prop, meth, eth, propane. This should be 3 carbon. Prop. Now the next part, the ending part. Look carefully. If it is N, that is the carbon number plus 2. We'll mind as 2n plus 2. En means 2n. Iron means that is 2n minus 2. Now look, we'll quickly put it in an idea. Meth N. Meth means carbon 2n. You have only 1 carbon here. C1. 2n plus 2 hydrogen. Hydrogen count is 2n plus 2. Twice plus 2. Twice means 2 into 1, 2. 2 plus 2. That is CH4. This is hydrogen count. You don't have methane and methine because only 1 carbon. You can't have methane, ene and iron for first carbon. We'll discuss for ethane now. Look, ethane. Eth means 2 carbon. N means twice plus 2. 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 2. Twice is 4. Plus 2. Plus 2 is 6. Ethene. 2. Twice. 2n. Multiply by 2. 4. Prop. N again. Propane. Prop. 3 carbon. N means twice plus 2. 3 means 3 into 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. Let's see 3. Now let's say you have a random structure, something like you have to find the formula for pentine. Anyone who could try? Pentine. Give a try, children. Pentine. Pentine. So send the answer for the admin. Pentine. Pent means 5 carbon, C5. Iron means 2n minus 2. 5 means 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. Let's see if I it. Is it clear now? Any doubts in this, please? Let me know. If you are clear, type clear, children. I'll explain again once. Be carefully. Let's say now you have to write the formula for obtain. Obtain. The petrol. Obtain. Opt. Meth, eth, prop, but. You can remember the things. Look, pentagon, hexagon, hex and 6. Hept, let's keep it 5. Oct, 8. The meaning is oct, 8. Nen, 9. Dec, decimal 10. So these things you can remember. Pent 5, hex 6, hept 7, nen 9, dec is 10. Now look, this part you have to remember. The ending part. Methane means this is for hydrogen bond again. Now let's say if carbon is 1, hydrogen is twice plus 2. That is 2n plus 2. This is twice. Now look, octane. Oct means C8, 8 carbon. N means twice plus 2. Twice of 8 is 16. Twice of 8 is 2. Plus 2. Twice of 8 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 80. That is octane. Let's say you asked right now. Let's go for something like butene. Butene. Bute means carbon 4. Meth, prop, bute. Meth, prop, bute. In. ANE9. A-E-I. Y. ANE9. 2n plus 2. 2n. 2n minus 2. Remember with the number line. 2n plus 2. 2n. 2n minus 2. ANE9. This in. N is plus 2. In is 2n. So it should be 8. Hope you are clear. Give me a second. Is this about clear, children? Is the board not clear still? Let me check. What is now, children? Now clear. Fine. Give me a second. You will start now. So the answer is derived thing. The answer is here C3H8, C2H4, and C2H6. The answer number 1. Question number 6. In which of the following instances the forces are equilibrium? So for the equilibrium of forces, so I'll provide you the recording today. You can check in case if the board is like not clear in between, you can post it and check there. Look carefully. In which of the following instances the forces are in equilibrium? For the equilibrium condition, in case if it's 2 4, they should be equal and opposite. Then they're in equilibrium. Okay, we'll discuss. A fruit falling from tree. When a fruit is falling from tree, just think. Let's say an apple is falling, the one which was falling for Newton said. There will be a downward force. What do you call this? The downward force is weight. Will there be an upward force? It is detached. Will there be an upward force here? I mean, is it floating? No. That means that there's no equilibrium here. First condition, there's no equilibrium. Second one, a vehicle running with a constant velocity. Constant velocity means it is moving with a constant speed there. So here you have a forward force. They are giving, if they give the word accelerating, then there's a force front, leading force. Constant velocity means it's in equilibrium. If they have given the word constant velocity is moving, it's an equilibrium condition. If they give the word it is accelerating, then the forward force is higher. Here there's a frictional force behind. Third, a ball rolling on a horizontal plane. A ball rolling on a rough horizontal plane. Unlike the word rough there. The meaning of rough given is they are defining the friction again. There's a rough horizontal plane. A ball is rolling. So ball is rolling this way. There's a frictional force acting. Rough shows there's a friction. An object moving down in a smooth inclined plane. So now look, object is moving in a smooth inclined plane. Now here, this rolling means there's friction again. A fruit falling from tree, only downward force is acting. There's no equilibrium. An object moving down a smooth inclined plane. There's a forward force here, downward force acting. There's a weight acting downward. A portion of it is dragging this ball down. This ball is moving downward this direction. Now look at the question here. They're asking about in which of the following instances the forces are in equilibrium. Okay, we'll talk about the equilibrium of forces first. Now let's say for equilibrium condition, let's say there are two forces to be in equilibrium. One object, there's a force down. Let's say this is weight now. To keep in equilibrium condition, there is an upward reaction. So here, weight is equal to reaction. The object is equilibrium. Bit by two forces, let's say two parallel forces. One tension T1, other tension, let's say T2. And downward you have weight. So here we say T1 plus T2 equal W. Summation of these two make it weight. If it's a non-parallel force, something like this, let's say T1, T2. Now remember, in such cases, it's not the summation. You can't say something like this. This is wrong. T1 plus T2 equal W if you mark, it is wrong. Here T1 plus T2 is not W. Remember that. Let's say they are giving a frame that way and they say sum of T1 and T2 equal W means that is wrong. The answer is something, it should be something like this. The reaction of T1 and T2, there will be a reaction here. Resultant force of T1 and T2, that should be equal to W. Then it is in equilibrium condition. These are the major three equilibrium conditions. So if they give the vehicle is moving in constant velocity, then the force are in equilibrium. If they are moving, then moving with a constant speed, mean they have the equilibrium condition. Seventh one, the growth of a plant should curving to, okay, this one, make sure you remember, okay, these three conditions you must be clearly know it. Let's say you are getting an example like this, children. Let's say you have a ring light. A person is dragging by force X. Another person is dragging by force Y. Another person is drawing by a force Y. Z. There are three forces. X force, Y force, and Z. How will it be equilibrium? Is it like X plus Y is Z? Can you say? X plus Y is equal to that, can we say? Is it parallel to make it right that way? Never you cannot. This is wrong. The answer is resultant of these two. You can't find it in grade 10 syllabus or O-level syllabus. We can't find it. You have to just know the word. Sentence you must. If it is 3 and 4, let's say it is in Pythagoras triplet, then it will be 5. 3, 4 means it will be 5 in case it is 90 degree. But it's not always, right? So you can't say it. So the answer you can say is the resultant of X and Y, there will be a resultant here. This will be equal to Z. Then what about X? The resultant of X and Y, Z and Y, equal to X. The resultant of X and Z equal to Y. There will be a resultant here that will be equal to Y. So I'll mark it like this. Resultant which is equal to Y. Here there will be a resultant which is equal to X. To cancel this one. This resultant is equal to Z. Same way, if it's non-parallel, you can't say summation. Remember that term. Summation of two forces is not equal to 30. It means this way, non-parallel. If it's a parallel force, that's correct. Let's say, now they might ask the question this way. Let's say this is 5 Newton. Another string is there. Here they are giving it's 10 Newton. Sorry, let's say 8 Newton. They might ask what is this one. To make it equilibrium, if it is 5, this should be 3. 8 summation, you need 6. That is it. But here you can't say, let's say this object 3 Newton, 3 Newton. Here you can't say it is 6 Newton. That is wrong. Then it is not in equilibrium. That is not in equilibrium. This 3 Newton and 3 Newton, it is not summation. Remember, it is resultant. You can't say summation. It is not 6. Make sure you clearly know this point. It's not 6, okay? Not the summation. Question number 7. The growth of plant shoot system curving towards the light. Phototrophic movement. Because of light, it is phototrophic. Turning towards light means it is positive phototrophic movement. That is positive phototrophic movement. The word is light. The light is acting as a stimulus here. Stimulus means any change in the environment that creates a motion. That creates a result. That brings an outcome, response. Now let's say the gravity. The root is going towards gravity. Roots going towards gravity. Mean positive towards gravity, roots going. Gravity is also down, roots also dragging down. So it's positive. Geotropic movement. Earth means geotropic. Light means phototrophic. Now roots going away from light. Roots going away from light. Away from light means negative, away. From light means phototropic. That is negative phototropic mode. So the answer for this one is shoot moving towards sunlight. So then shoot system moving towards, mean growing towards light, positive phototropic mode. Try the eighth one, children. Stimuli mean any change in the environment. Stimulus are any change in the environment. Stimulus are any change in the environment that brings a response. Stimulus, any change in the environment brings a response. For example, let's say a light can be a stimulus. Any disturbance can be a stimulus. Let's say suddenly I hear something. So let's say now I'm teaching to you all this way. My friend is directly focusing the camera now. Suddenly, let's say someone says Afrath, someone shouts from outside. I'll quickly make a turn. So sound was the stimulus, which made the response. Any disturbance from the environment that brings a response. The sound, I turn. Let's say someone is throwing a torchlight. I mean, light is being thrown to my face. I'll just shake my eyes. Light is the stimulus. Response, I just close my eyelids. That is response. A television advertisement is being played. Let's say your favorite pizza or something is being played, or something lime pickles are being shown. Let's say tamarind is being shown. Pizzas are being shown. You start secreting saliva. Advertisement, colors in the advertisement are stimulus. A disturbance. Response. Salivary gland is secreting saliva is response. Hope the doubt is clear. Any change in the environment that brings a response. Okay, next one. Now look at this. Next question, question number 8. Information relating to 3 elements A, B, C are given here. To make transistors and diodes. Remember that is silicon. You would have learned in electronics. Silicon, germanium, arsenic. Mainly silicon. So write there silicon, germanium, arsenic. Silicon, germanium, arsenic. Major on silicon. When heated, burns with a blue flame. A commonly asked exam question. A yellow color powder burning with a blue flame. What is that? Yellow powder burning with a blue flame is sulfur. So right there, yellow powder burning with blue flame is sulfur. Any doubts you can just type, I'll just check it out. Yellow color powder burning with a blue color flame is sulfur. Next one. When heated, burns with a bright flame, bright white flame, leaving a white powder. That is magnesium. That is magnesium. Magnesium's flame color is, children, bright white flame. What is the powder they are talking about? The white color powder. Flame means what is reacting with? Flame in the sense they are reacting with oxygen. So magnesium reacting with oxygen. What is the product? Mg is Mg plus 2. Oxygen is minus 2. Exchanging it forms Mg2O2. 2 cancel. So it is Mg. Some papers say magnesium oxide or magnesium nitride. Because Air has nitrogen as well. So magnesium's charge is Mg plus 2. What is the charge of nitrogen? Nitrogen is minus 3. Exchange Mg3 into. Now you might think, charges? At once I said nitrogen is minus 3. How did you get the charge? This doubt would appear. So quickly resolve that doubt. Because with that doubt you can learn further. So you must know the periodic table. Hope you know now. If you know the periodic table, mark these charges now. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 and 0. In hydrogen, you have helium there. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So if you write the periodic table this way, look, nitrogen is up. Minus 3. That is where I got nitrogen minus 3. Magnesium will be here. Sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Magnesium is plus 2. Mg plus 2, nitrogen minus 3. Exchange it. Mg plus 2, nitrogen minus 3. Exchange it before Mg3 into magnesium nitride. So that white color powder can be either magnesium oxide or Mg3N2, it can be magnesium nitride. The other one. If they say burning with a bright yellow flame, remember things, mark it somewhere. Don't look at the board and wait. Take advantage of this. Burning with a yellow color flame. If they say yellow flame, children, it is sodium. Golden yellow flame or yellow flame, it is sodium. That is again MCQ. Yellow flame, sodium. Bright white flame, magnesium. Blue flame, sulfur. 3 flame colors on it. We know. So that is clear. Sulfur is blue flame. When they are giving diatomic acid, you don't take it here. I mean, for example, for carbon dioxide, you can write. These were a doubt clarification. For example, if they say carbon dioxide, carbon is plus 4, oxygen is minus 2. Exchange it here. This C2O4. You further cancel it off, it is becoming CO2. But for SO2, NO2, you can get from this particular formula. I mean, this method is not applicable for other diatomic gas. For example, NO2, SO2, you can apply. But you can apply for CH4. Look, carbon is plus 4. Hydrogen is again H4. H4. Then you get N1, H3, possible for ammonia, but not possible for this SO2, NO2, the good dog. What is the difference between diluted and concentrated? Diluted means, children, normally, let's say something you're mixing with water. Let's say your mama is preparing a drink, a very thick concentrated drink. Let's say you're prepared for like 5 visitors for home. Now you're preparing a drink. Your mother has put enough of sugar, enough of drink powder, and she has prepared a superb drink. She left home. Visitors come. We are expecting 5 visitors, but let's say 15 people come at once. Now you're like, alas, what can I do? I don't want to prepare drink. We pour some water. So it becomes dilute. Initially it was concentrated. When you add water, it becomes dilute. Hope it's clear. Next one. Question number 9. The figure shows a transparent kettle. A new one. A transparent kettle filled with water. At which point the pressure is same to A. Pressure in the liquids at same height they are same. So A and B are same. Where will they observe high pressure? Now we'll start we'll go for question. We'll start from electrochemistry question. Question number 9. I'm sorry, children. This is question number 9. Check out this question. The last page. We'll discuss an essay. See the question. The following diagram illustrates an arrangement set of electrolytes. Electrolytes mean making chemical changes by supplying electricity. Write it somewhere. Electrolytes mean making chemical changes by supplying electricity. Making chemical changes by supplying electricity. Now look, you keep 2 carbon rods. You have a solution. You keep the dry cell attached. And the solution is said to be aqueous copper sulfate. Okay, we'll mark. Copper sulfate aqueous. Very first part. The positive terminal of dry cell is connected to one particular carbon rod. We call this positive electrode or anode. Positive electrode or anode. The one which is connected to the negative terminal becomes negatively charged. We call it cathode. Anode and cathode are decided based on the dye cell here. Positively connected one is anode, negatively connected one is cathode. Copper sulfate, a very popular MCQ. The color of copper sulfate is blue color. Copper sulfate is blue in color. So copper sulfate is a blue color solution. Anode, positive charge electrode. Cathode is negative charge electrode. Positive terminal, negative terminals are there. Now look at the conceptual. So now to look at the chat, I have to come there. I'll give a time. I allow you all to switch on the. I'll come and check the chat book. Then you just keep the chat going on. I'll clear it out at last. So now, first we have to ionize this one. Copper sulfate means you have copper 2 plus. Sulfate means you have SO4 2 minus. If they give the term aqueous, you have H plus and OH minus. Aqueous means you have H plus OH minus. Copper sulfate, copper 2 plus and sulfate 2 minus. Now look at the positive electrode attract negative ions. What are the negative ions here? SO4 2 minus is negative. OH minus is negative. Negative electron attract the positive ions. What are the positive ions here? H plus and copper 2 plus. I heard that certain teachers say you all to memorize the lesson electrochemistry. When we are doing the physical class, we never learned any reaction to memorize. Only 2 reactions we memorized. OH minus reaction. Only, right? Yeah, only OH minus reaction we memorized. All the other reaction you don't want to memorize. You can simply learn. Okay, look. I'll say the concept now. When you have negative ions, there's an order of reactivity. The most reactive one is Cl minus. Then OH minus. Then SO4 2 minus. If you have Cl minus and OH minus, reaction is for Cl minus. Do you have Cl minus here? No. What is more reactive out of this? OH minus SO4 2 minus? OH minus. Then the reaction at anode is reaction for OH minus. I'll write it here. Anodic reaction. This is a reaction I ask you to memorize. OH minus reaction you have to memorize. 4OH minus forms 2H2O, O2 plus 4 electron. This is an equation you have to memorize. Okay, I'll write it down. I'll write it here. Anodic reaction is for OH minus ion. Most reactive is out of the list given here. OH minus is more reactive. This is the only reaction we have to memorize again in the order for the electrochemistry. OH minus forms 2H2O, O2 plus 4 electrons. 4 oxygen, 2 oxygen, O2, memorize. Just memorize this one only. In next class, we'll discuss about down cell, other setup, the other paper contain these things. I mean, the upcoming paper classes, we have the concepts there. So if you are not clear with electrochemistry, at the end of like 10 class, you'll have a clear idea about electrochemistry. Okay, make sure you get this as one idea for today. If you are given anions, negative ions, there's an order. You can't say someone just memorize it and they sometimes say if it is Cl minus OH minus, it's always for Cl minus. That is how it is. The reason is this one, there's an order. Then children go confused once they are given like OH minus and SO4 minus, it should be more reactive. They don't know. So remember, out of the list, there's an order. Cl minus is more reactive. Then OH minus, then SO4 minus. You don't have reaction for this one. Sulfate ions only, you don't have any reaction. So anodic reaction is written. This is anodic half reaction. Cathodic one. Remember, anode, children, is where oxidation occurs. Anode is where oxidation occurs. Hope the video is clear, right? Anode is where oxidation occurs. Cathode is where reduction occurs. Mark it somewhere, okay? Anode is where oxidation occurs. Cathode is where reduction occurs. Now look. Anode, this is, now you are thinking whether this is oxidation. How it is oxidation? Look, what is the initial charge? -4. One has -1 charge. 4 means 4 minus. You can go with -1. Or 4 into -1, minus. What is the charge here? No charge, 0. No charge, 0. We don't take electrons. -4 to 0, or -1 to 0. OH minus to 0. Minus to 0, what is happening? Charge is increasing. Charge increases means an oxidation. Again, okay. Minus to 0. 4 minus -4 charge. 0 charge. 0 charge. Minus to 0 increasing. If increasing, it is oxidation. Now, the other parts. Hope you have marked this. We have 2 ions here, copper 2 plus and H plus. Where are they? They are cathode. Cathode is where reduction occurs. Cathode is where reduction occurs. Reduction, the word has a meaning. See? Reduction, reduce. Reduce charge. Cathode, remember anode oxidation. Anode oxidation. Anode oxidation. Oxidation charging. Anode oxidation charge increase. Cathode in reduction, charge reduction, reducing. There are 2 people have gone for charge reduction. Now say which is more reactive out of this. Another concept. Activity series. This is another headache for children to memorize. I have a small method to memorize this. The people who come to physical class might know. Kanaka. Kanaka. Magal. Zinfisent. Kanaka's daughter Zinfisent. Kanaka, Magal, Zinfisent. In public hospital queue. Is right? Kanaka, Magal, Zinfisent. Kanaka is an outdated lady, an old lady. Daughter is modern, Zinfisent. You can even name yours. Kanaka, Magal, Zinfisent. In extra word. Public hospital queue. She's standing in a public hospital. Kanaka Magal is imprisoned in public hospital. Easy, right? Now look, most reactive one is potassium. Sodium, calcium. Mothers are more reactive. When children keep their phone in hand, mothers become more vigorous. So Kanaka is more reactive. Potassium, sodium, calcium. Zinfizin is less reactive. Zinc, FeSA. Magnesium, aluminium. Public hospital fuel. Then remaining parts, just remaining list, right? You have to remember HG, AG, PT, AU. Everything you can't have things to remember, I'll just remember. Kanaka Magal is imprisoned in public hospital queue, that is priming. HG, AG, PT, HG, AG, PT, AU. Listen again now, okay? Now, for anions, you know the reaction. There's an order. Cl minus is more reactive. For cathodic reaction, that is reduction, remember, elements at bottom are willing to get reduced. Think again. Elements at bottom are willing to get reduced. Hydrogen is at bottom or copper is at bottom? Copper is at bottom. So the reaction is for copper 2 plus. Cathodic reaction is for copper 2 plus. Reduction. Reducing to 0. Copper. How to balance? What is the charge here? 2 plus means plus 2. What is the charge here? 0. Plus 2 goes to 0 means we have to balance by minus numbers. Electrons only you can balance. How to make it 0 now? If I put minus 2 here, plus 2 minus 2 is 0. Minus 2 means 2 electrons. See? Minus 2 plus 2, 0, 0. The people who have issues in electrochemistry lesson, I'll separately arrange the one-day session for electrochemistry. So there we'll discuss what is these ideas. I mean, how to write reactions properly. If anyone wants to join, I'll just post the picture separately. You can join them. So if electrochemistry stuff this time, we are expecting one portion of electrochemistry for the paper. Every year there's a question if you check. 16 there's a question, 17 there's a question, 18 there is, 19 there is, 20, 21. I mean, continuously is being checked. So this time it is again expectation. So in case if it comes, if you have issues, now this is a reaction. Okay, we'll go for the question. X and Y are inert electrodes, inert carbon electrodes, made of same material. Name the material that is suitable to be used as these electrodes. These electrodes cannot be reactive, children. They should be inert. They are not reactive. Carbon or platinum is more suitable. They should be carbon electrodes, or it should be platinum electrodes. Platinum is more expensive, so you go with the cheap one, carbon electrodes. Write the formula of ions present in aqueous solution of copper sulfate. We wrote the ions. Here you have copper 2 plus, SO4 2 minus, H plus, OH minus. These are the ions present. Write the balanced chemical half reaction that is taking place at Y electrode. Y is cathode. This is the reaction. Y is cathode. Cathode reduction. Charge reduced. For whom? For element at bottom of activity. Which is at bottom? Copper or hydrogen in copper. So copper 2 plus is becoming copper. Plus 2 to 0, charge is reduced. Very simple concept. Okay, now there was a. Okay, if there's any doubt, just ask me. I'll just buzz you all. So check out the chat box. Any doubts, children? Yeah, there's online session for electrochem. I'll let you all know. How did you get 4H minus 4 electrolytes? That is based on the... Okay, I'll explain that part. Now you can get the recordings. Recordings will be there until, I guess, for another 3 days or 4 days. You'll have the recordings. You can take advantage of recordings and make notes. Okay, now, okay, look here again. There was a doubt, how did I get 4H minus? I'll explain. Look carefully here. Actually, this is like this. Once you take copper sulfate, CuSO4 equals, it is not only one copper 2 plus we have like thousands of copper 2 plus, thousands of SO4 2 minus, thousands of H plus, thousands of OH minus. Among that, to balance sign, the reaction is OH minus forming H2O and O2. But this is the only reaction you have to memorize. This reaction you don't memorize. 4H minus 2H2O O2. Look, 4 oxygen, 2 oxygen, 2 oxygen balance 4. 4 hydrogen, 2 into 2, 4 hydrogen. 4 minus, mean here you have 4 minus charge. I can't put another minus 4 here. Then it becomes minus 8. To balance, I have to put another minus 4 here. Minus forming 4 electrons. That is how it became 4H minus. This is the only reaction in electrochemistry I'm going to memorize. If anyone is not clear with electrochemistry, send a message to the group. Send a message to the Genius team with the term electrochemistry. That's enough. So you'll be put into a group, to a broadcast list. Then you'll receive the link for the electrochemistry online session. So it will be probably held in morning hours. So you'll get the link. Then you can join and check out. If you are having doubts in electrochem, we'll clear it out. Now, write the balanced chemical half reaction at Y. Okay, look, I'll explain this one again for the people who are not clear. Some children have this doubt, whether to start the reaction with copper or copper 2 plus. I had the doubt when I was in office. Because directly they write the reaction and go. They don't say where to start. Yeah, I say, these OH ones, I think the reason. Out of these two, more reactive is OH ones. So for 2 minutes, you don't have reaction. Now, there's another doubt now. H plus Cu2 plus I say, cathode mean reduction for element at bottom of activity series. What is at bottom? Copper. So reaction is for copper, but copper is available as what here? Copper 2 plus. Then you have to start from this iron, copper 2 plus. Now there's a doubt. If I start from copper 2 plus, what can I end it as? Is copper minus numbers? No minus numbers, it is 0 numbers. So just write as copper. Now there's another doubt. How to balance this? Balancing here plus 2. See, here the charge is 0. Always balancing it by minus numbers. Remember that one in mind. Only you can put a minus number. Okay, now think. If I put a minus 2 here, what will happen? Plus 2, the other side minus 2, not balanced. But if I mark the minus 2 here, what will happen? Plus 2 minus 2, 0. The other side also 0. Minus 2 mean there is 2 electrons. Is it clear now? The answer is this one. I'll give another hint here. Not regarding this, okay? Let's say you get a reaction for Cl minus. What is the product? Cl minus means Cl has a minus charge. Remember what is Cl? Chlorine gas. Cl should definitely go as Cl2 then. If you ever see Cl minus, it releases Cl2. If If you see oxygen minus 2, it releases oxygen, O2. If you see nitrogen minus 3, it goes as N2. So Cl minus means Cl2. First semi, what is this? Oxidation or reduction? Cl minus to Cl2, is it oxidation or reduction? Okay, I'll just allow the microphones to be on. Okay, the controls are. Give me a second. Sort out the issues by the next class. The separate sessions will be conducted for electrochem, electromagnetism, and I'm planning to go for geometry because those three are chapters children normally ask for revisions. Very detailed chapters. The other chapters we can do in a class. I can explain and leave. But these chapters you need to know broad idea. So in case if you need only, I'll join because don't join for all the classes and see. Because this is the thing. Now you have to study more. Joining an online class for 2 hours, you have to take maximum advantage. 2 hours, sometimes it will go up to like 2.5 hours or 3 hours based on your need. I mean, night time, I'm just now free because I have cancelled my night classes for now. So I put all the class morning these days. The grade 11 classes, physical classes are going morning hours. So night time is now almost free. So if you want to go like up to 10, I can go up to 10 also. That's up to you. I'm just with the same payment system, we can go up to 3 hour class. That's not an issue. But if you're going to take advantage, that's going to definitely benefit you. So this 3 hours for 10 days, you are covering something, a large part in science, MCQs, SE ideas. So make sure you mark and keep. At least in morning hours, you can recap. At least 1 hour, 1.5 hour, you can recap the questions. That's the ideas we learned. Anyways, recapping the lesson is more important. Rather than learning, revise it. Whatever you have learned today, just revise it. If you get a clear picture, okay. If you don't have, just clarify. That way we'll learn. Okay. Cl minus to Cl2, minus to 0, children. Minus to 0 means charge is increasing. Increasing means oxidation. First question, is it balanced? 1 chlorine, 2 chlorine. Not balanced. So first I have to balance. So I put 2 here. Now it is balanced. 2 Cl, Cl2 balanced. But is the charge balanced? What is the charge here? 2 into minus 1. Minus 2 charge. What is the charge here? Cl2 means 0 charge. Minus 2, 0. I said y'all, balancing is always by what? Balancing is always by minus numbers. So if I put a minus 2 here, what will happen? It will become minus 4. So it's not balanced. So I have to put minus 2 to which side? The other side. What do you mean by minus 2? Minus 2 means 2 electrons. See, this lesson means very easier. But really, this electrochem, electronics, electromagnetism, teachers make it look like more tough. They ask everything to memorize. So you feel like, I mean, hectic. You can't memorize everything in chemistry. If you start memorizing, you only have to memorize chemistry. You can't learn any other lessons. So it is not memorizing. See, there are short tips. Kernaka, Magal, zinc, in public hospitality. Positive ions for cathode, element at bottom. An idea, new idea, in case you don't know. Element at bottom. How to write reaction? start from what is available. Number 2. Okay, I'll clarify that out now. Look here, this is for people who were not a part of physical class. Physical class, you might know how to write this. Ka, magal, zin, pi, sin. In public hospital queue. I already gave you all the charges chart. Periodic table charges chart, hope you remember. High, he, lithium, beryllium, little baby veins. You know there's a method to memorize. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon. Phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Potassium, calcium. How to write charges, children? +1, +2, +3, +4. -3, -2, -1, 0. Now you have potassium. What is potassium? +1. What is sodium? +1. What is calcium? +2. What is magnesium? +2. What is aluminium? +3. What is zinc? Not there. What is Fe? Not there. Is zinc? Not there. Pb is not there. H is there, luckily. Copper is not there. Then what is the rhyming list? Hg, Ag, Pt, A. For whatever not there, you can write children +2. That is the idea. Then you don't have to memorize again. These things you know based on chart. Whatever not there, +2. Zn +2. If Fe +2, you have +3 as well. Sn +2. Pb +2. Copper +2. Hg, Ag, Pt, Au, they won't ask normally. In case they ask, you can go with +2. Au has +1 and +3. That's the only difference. So the other things you can go with +2. Nothing hard again. One list I complete from here. Grade 10 basics. Whatever not there, you're writing +2. That is how I got copper is +2. Some people would have asked, so how did I got Cl minus? Cl is minus. See? Sulfur is not, -2. Nitrogen is -3. Phosphorus is -3. Aluminium is +3. Magnesium is +2. Your overall paper question, I mean 2018 or 17, I guess. They were asking the charge of lithium. Lithium is +1, directly the charges start. We have it already in the charges. If you don't know these, then you feel difficult. That is the reason children say chemistry is the hardest of everything. No, children, chemistry is the easiest of everything. I feel. Nothing to memorize. Everything, if you know the periodic table charges chart, most of the ideas are done. So now we'll go for the question. Name the anode of evaporators. Anode is positive electrode. So it is X. Write to observations. Now look. Observation, I said initially it was copper sulfate solution. Electrolysis is making chemical changes by supplying electricity. You supply electricity, you make a chemical change. That is electrolysis. Now, we have potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, these ions are there. Now you are going to make a chemical change. Copper sulfate is blue color solution. We know, we wrote observation. We wrote OH minus observation. It was removing oxygen, H2O. We wrote the observation for copper 2+. Copper 2+ unfortunately can't fly, children. Why? Copper is metal. So metal will be deposited here. Copper is brown color. It's a brown color deposit. So here you see OH minus oxygen. Oxygen, how do you observe? Can you say, I said up there, oxygen bubbles are going? You can't. You say gas bubbles are. If you see this, you see that gas bubbles go. You say gas bubbles are released. Where? At anode. At cathode, then copper 2+ unfortunately can't fly. It's not a gas. So it's deposited, a brown color deposit. Then what about the blue color? It's fade out. Now look, copper 2+ is gone. OH minus is gone. What is the remaining solution? H+ and SO4 2-. H plus SO4 2 minus. What is it? Change and see. H2 SO4. Acidic solution. You can't just put it into the hands and wash. Once you, let's say, you are doing a reaction in a beaker, you want to empty the beaker, you initiate with copper sulfate. It's a neutral solution. Neutral solutions are okay, you can put your hand and even mix, but you don't because it's a chemical. You mix it. Once you pour out, now it is what? Sulfuric acid. If you pour out thinking it is water, you'll burn your hands. Initially it was copper sulfate, but now what is the remaining solution? All the copper 2 plus is deposited because copper 2 plus was a reaction. Copper 2 plus became copper. All the OH minus, we know the reaction. 4OH minus reaction. 4OH minus 2H2O, O2 and 4 electron. Only reaction to memorize. 4OH minus, arrowhead, 2H2O, O2 plus 4 electrons. That's the idea. Remaining ions join form remaining solution. H plus SO4 2 minus together form H2SO4. So now the next question. So observations. Initially it was copper sulfate, now it is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is colorless. Initially it was copper sulfate, blue color. So blue color disappears. One observation. Gas bubbles and anode or positively charged electrode. Why gas bubbles? OH minus is going as O2. At cathode, you observe, don't write copper in the exam. You can't observe, you can't just say, you bring a farmer who does not know science, not a modern farmer, okay? An age-old, typical farmer. You bring him here, you ask, what you see in board? One of the paint you want. He will say, brown color deposit of paint. A brown color deposit. So brown color deposit is what you have to say. You can't say a copper is deposited. You have to say brown color deposit at cathode. That is how you say observe. So you can't say oxygen bubbles are in no. You will not say oxygen bubbles. Say gas bubbles. Yeah. So whatever seen is what you write. Whatever here is what you write. You don't write observation oxygen is released. No. Gas bubbles are released. Next one. Write to occasions in which electrolysis is applied industrially. We'll learn this in the next question. I mean, next paper you have this. Sodium extraction. Right, something. Sodium extraction. Electrolysis of water to produce oxygen. Production of oxygen. Production of oxygen. Production of sodium. Use electrolysis. Question number 6, 9B. We have a few more time, right? 7 more minutes. Okay. As it's only 7 more minutes, children, let me say all about the class, just how it's going to go. So I don't say that I can complete one paper one night. That's not possible with my class. If you are willing to complete one paper one night, don't be a part of my class because I can't do that. See, we only discuss like 10 to 15 MC, 10 MC. That means 10 class, in case you are discussing 100 MCQ, you are going to get the ideas of 100 MCQs fully with the syllabus idea. So if you think you want to cover 40 MCQs on a paper class, I can't. Even if it's 3 hours, I can't. Even if you give 5 hours for me, sometimes I can't complete my MCQ paper. Because MCQs, children, you need the discussion. That is the reason children scold us in MCQ. They don't know discussions. So my MCQ paper class will go detail. I'll explain something in detail. Because one MCQ, if I say this answer, underline, go, not the proper way. You must know beyond, because if it's something apart from what is given here, you must know to answer. So maximum we'll be discussing like 15 to 20 MCQs a day. That is one. I can't complete 40 MCQs in one paper. We'll be doing some essays as. So we are going to split the schedule. So if it's probably I'll be making it 3 hours class, paper class. I marked it as 2 hours, but I'll probably make it 3 hours. So 3-hour class, I mean, will give you more. We're going to grab more. Night time again. So allocate this time for science only. So May 1st onwards, you're going to get recordings. This class recording will also be there in the group. So recordings you can refer if you forget anything, but make sure you write down things. If you have anything, you can ask. I mean, last hours will allow you to switch on the microphone. So in case if you have doubts, okay. Once you have joined the paper class series, I mean online paper classes, we'll keep the microphone on continuously. Because I kept it off because there are a large number of participants. Large number of participants, there'll be like some people just come and go to see who is teaching, what is happening here. To disturb also, there are a few messages. There are some bad messages in the chat box. So those come. I have kept it focus mode because you are going to self-learn. You don't see any other children. Other children do, they just scroll and see who is the participants here. This girl seems like, this boy is good. You can't do that. You are in focus. Look at the screen and learn. But you'll hear the doubts from others, I guess. Probably in focus also, you'll be able to get the doubt of others. You'll get them. So listen, and when you're clarifying, you'll understand what's going on in the class. So the paper class will start from May 1st. Mean next Monday. Physical class we'll do here, morning 7. Same papers are being discussed. So physical class students don't want to join online. If you want to continue online, don't be in the physical class because learning the same thing 2 places, no use. If you feel online is advantageous, be on. If you feel physical is on advantage, be in physical. Distant learners, you continue on. But you decide whether to join or not. I'm not forcing you all to come join. It's an option again. If you wish, you can join. The class payment is at 3,500. That is 350 per class. Normal class charge is like 200. Normally there's a trolling expense, online covering everything, so it is made 350. So there's a portion for the academy, 350 per class. So 10 class means 3,500, not a very big amount. So we are going to do 3 hours. So it's going to be anyway advantageous for you. So I don't still say don't come and join, but still it's your choice to continue or avoid. If you are joining, you have to make complete your payments before Sunday. So I can purchase Zoom. The Zoom is rented out. So I can purchase Zoom based on the count of participants. So if you're going to learn with recordings, you will just say, you are going to learn with recordings. So I can send you the recordings after each class. So some people will learn from recordings, some people will join online. That is up to you. But I prefer you being in online class, so you can discuss more. So that class will have limited number of participants, so we can discuss more stuff and clear doubts. So if you feel class is advantageous, be a part of class. If you feel like class is not advantageous. Anyways, thank you for joining today. Happy to see you all again. Even if you're feeling like, no, it's not a matter. If you have doubt, just ring me and ask, whatever if you have issues. But most of the time, the phone is like busy. If you have doubt, just at least keep a message. So we're going to continue classes from May 1st. I'll send you the payment details. Join the group link first. So whoever have complete payments are already added to the broadcast list. You'll be receiving the class link from Monday onwards. So that's the idea. That's the way class is going to flow. Apart from that, if you have any issues, I mean, if you want any lessons to be taught more, let me know. So I can arrange the schedules in morning hours to suit time you need. So if it's like there are a few participants, I can arrange a class separately for like on, let's say, electrochemistry. Separately electrochemistry only. Then you don't want to be a part of paper class. You have theory doubts, then be a part of theory class. But I say your paper class will be more advantageous. You are learning a lot in the paper class. So that's the idea. Any comments you can write on comment box. I'm going to read the chat. So that's all for y'all today. So it's a very short session. Next class are not from May 1st. We are going to go for 3-hour classes. So we are going to cover papers, discuss theories in detail. I mean, whatever theory you need in detail, some model questions you are going to discuss. Paper will be sent. So make sure you print them and keep the papers ready. We are going to answer, discuss, and go. So make sure you make a proper note. At the end of 10 days, you'll have a lot of things gathered. That is how the last by children said. They had a lot of collection of notes that would help for exams, MCQ notes specifically, to elevate the results. So make sure you have a good focus to learn. So then that's all for today. If anything, comment. So the other details about payment details, the academy will contact you. So thank you for joining. I am Afrath Nawaz. I'll post the class recording to my YouTube channel as well. You can check out Science with Afrath Nawaz. I'll send the link to the group. I have already updated a recording on optics cycles. So this class I'll definitely update there. So you can check it out with there as well. So anyways, thank you for trusting the name and joining the class today. We'll meet up next class. Take care, children. Good night. Have a great day. Take care then. Assalamu alaikum. Vanakkam. I want and God bless you all.